Tale of two halves. I think you got to give Michigan a lot of credit. I thought they outplayed us most of the first half, even though the score wasn't what it was. We were lucky to be down 2, and as it ends up, it's not a 19-point win, but it's a solid win that most of the second half we played better. You know, I didn't think we guarded, and I didn't think we rebounded. And, you know, what we have been doing is we're not turning the ball over. I mean, I think AJ had 2 in the first couple minutes, and somebody else had 1, and I think we had 3 the rest of the game. So that was big. I thought we made some shots, but Jaden Akins was, you know, real good. First half, he was pretty good. We weren't guarding, weren't rebounding. Second half, I thought he checked and scored, and that's, I think, what he can do. Tyson must have been figuring we were going to win, so he'd go 0 for 6 from the 3 with wide open looks and save his shots for the weekend. Thought AJ was pretty good. Second half, real good. First half, I thought, real average. So guy that really saved us was Jaden Akins and, of course, Malik Hall. I don't know what he ended up with, 6 for 8. Didn't get to the free throw line, only had 3 rebounds, so it'll be something to complain about. But I thought he did a really, really, really good job of not only guarding Olivier, because he's a hell of a player, but we tried a little bit of our own bully ball, and I thought he took it in there and made some big plays. And, you know, you shoot 56% and 43 from the 3, and you don't feel like you played as well, but 21 assists was good, 6 turnovers was good. And I thought Michigan played awfully well the first 25 minutes of the game, and I thought we played better the last 15. Questions?
Tom, win number 700, what's that mean to you, and to have guys like Steve Smith, Mateen, and Pig Miller in the house?
Yeah. You know what? That's what means something to me. I just told my team, boy, you better learn something from those guys, because I'm worried that that will disappear as these stupid new rules continue to go. And, man, when Steve showed up and Pig showed up, I mean, it's been 30 years. And he was happy, and Mateen's always here, and I think Charlie was here, and Tonio was here, and Wolfie was here. I mean, there were a lot of former players, a lot of former managers, and, you know, it wasn't reunion weekend. They just came back for a good game and probably to support us. Our fans were unbelievable. 9 o'clock game, that thing was packed to the rafters, and they helped us too, because we were very average the first half. And so I should be more excited, but I'm not, because I have bigger goals than to win a game, even against your rival. But it was something we had to do, and hopefully we can build on the second half. But consistency is what I think is the key to successful programs, and we've been consistently inconsistent, and hopefully we can learn from some of this. We got some play out of everybody. I mean, Booker went in there and did some good things, and then he, you know, a couple of things that you got to learn. I was really happy with Malik Hall, trying to teach him. Cohen might have had one of the great blocks in Breslin history, from what I know. You're the expert on things that have happened 100 years ago. I think it was one of the great blocks, and yet, you know, defensively, there were some things that he didn't do. But that's what happens with freshmen. That's why so few people are playing them. But I like my 2 that are playing, and hopefully we're getting them more and more minutes. 8 will turn to 10, 10 will turn to 12. Jackson Kohler did some decent things. You know, we felt like Marty and Coop, we thought we could be rolling a lot more. We didn't do that, so we've got a lot of things to coach tomorrow.
Tom, you mentioned about the second half change. You talked after the Wisconsin game about the loose ball rebounds, and there were some early, but then Tyson gets that one early in the second half, and that really seemed to be a switch right there.
Boy, you know, like I said, I couldn't agree with you more. Matt brought that up to me, that I think that was the go-ahead bucket, and then it just kind of went. And that's what energy stuff does, you know, and I don't know why we're not doing that. We talk about it, but we got to do a better job of that. I mean, that's got to be the norm. We still got out-rebounded, but at least the effort-related things, I thought we did a better job in the defense the second half. I thought Jaden really got after some people. Tyson really got after. Trey really got after some people. And that was good for us.
Coach, in a night with so much to celebrate, AJ Hoggard reached the 1,000-point milestone. How satisfied were you with his performance tonight, and how proud are you of a guy like him?
Well, I am really proud of AJ because it's been an interesting 4 years, to say the least. And and at halftime, I wasn't thinking about his 1,000th point. I was thinking about the mistakes we were making. And but to his credit, I said, if you and Tyson don't play better, we're not going to win. And they both played better. I mean, even Ty didn't shoot it like he normally does, but he got after a little more. And AJ kind of ran our team and made very few mistakes, but I'm happy for him because it meant a lot to him. You get to be an elite group. Whatever the 1,000-point scores, however many there are, that's not something everybody gets to do. So I am really happy, and he did it in 3.5 years, a little over. It's pretty good. I'm proud of him.
Tom, you've talked about it was a tale of two halves, and at halftime, were you more frustrated or angry? Because you had a lot of open shots in the first half. They just weren't going down.
Yeah. Well, I was frustrated with the effort-related things, and that is, I'm not going to lie to you, that has been an issue, and it's almost embarrassing for me when I got Mateen sitting right next to me and Steve being there. I mean, that's what we built this program on, and it's still not where it needs to be. But I did agree with you. I thought we had some open shots. I mean, Ty had a bunch. Jaden had a couple. We missed a layup in there. Coop missed one easy one. And, Book banked one in, so I guess we get it back in return. Although, I don't know what it's with me and big guys, but between Wisconsin and now Reed, is that his first one of the year? Year or career? I don't know. I mean, that was frustrating. It really was. I mean, do a hell of a job defensively, and then a guy like that hits a three. And I don't mean that negatively against him. I just mean that's kind of some of the things that have happened to us. But tonight we bounced back, and that is a talented team, and I really like the point guard. I mean, Llewellyn, he played well. He did some good things, It's got to be hard to do what Juwan has gone through between his own illness and his situation with his guard, but I think they're handling it as well as they can, and it's still a team that has got some talent and is going to win some games, I bet you.
John, we've seen the big first halves with Baylor and Maryland and some furious second half flurries. 21 games in, how do you tie the two together?
That's exactly what I asked my team tonight, when I was in the locker room. That was exactly what I asked them. Not only tying the two halves together, but tying 5 or 6 players together. It hasn't been selfish. 21 assists and 30-some baskets. I thought we did a great job of that. So I don't know. We're just going to keep working at it, because if it ever comes, I think this team could be as good as I said, and if it doesn't come, this team won't be as good as I thought. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to keep working at it, I promise you that.
When Michigan's struggling as much as it has this season, does that take some of the intensity and maybe the air out of the rivalry?
No, I've been here when I was not winning much and still was a rivalry. I've been here when I was winning a lot, it was still a rivalry. And the difference with their team right now, if you really look at their team, go through the teams that have beaten them. They're 2-7 in the league, and the number of games, I think Purdue's the only game that wasn't a 2, 3-point, 4-point game till late in the game. Maybe one other, but they've been in every game. You got to give him and his staff credit, because my favorite double D's, the distractions and dirt bags, the things that happen that we have to keep away from guys, and some of those have hit them, and those distractions make it difficult, but they're in every game, and that's what we kept trying to tell our guys. As far as the rivalry goes, I have enough over my 39 and a half years of goods and bads, the rivalry will never die for me, and I'm sure for them too, but nobody's been there that long for them. But a rivalry is something that is not about the coaches. It's not even about the teams. It's about the people that went to school at each place. It's about people that pull for their teams. A rivalry should go on forever. If the rivalries start dying, I mean, is it the same when both teams are playing for a championship? Well, of course not. But we say it all the time. You know, when you play your rival, it doesn't matter if they're 0-10 in football and you're 10-0. Rivalries are rivalries. And was it a little different? It's a little different because we're both struggling a little bit. But no, still had butterflies last night. Still didn't sleep well last night. That'll never change. Never change, no matter if I lose 10 in a row or win 10 in a row, it'll never change.
Tom, right here. But first half they shoot 60-something%, second half 20-something. What stood out to you as the biggest differences defensively? Was it more energy effort stuff or more tactical X's and O's stuff?
You know, we changed a few things up on ball screen stuff. I shouldn't say that, on post stuff. I mean, you know, and it's hard, man. We've been playing so many teams that are so perimeter oriented, and now we play a team that has perimeter shooters. I mean, Llewellyn is shooting better than almost anybody on their team. You know, and I think Williams is a hell of a player, and he can make shots, and we did a decent job on Williams from the three. We did not do a very good job on Llewellyn. He goes 4 for 6. But they have 3 guys in the perimeter that can shoot it, and they have 2 horses inside, you know. I thought the guy we did a decent job on that I really like is Teixeira. You know, he didn't get much off, but he can really shoot it. He's a good offensive rebounder. So all in all, our bigs probably did a better job than I think defensively. But I'll have to watch the film and let you know that tomorrow, because I'm a little confused by the way the game went myself.
I know you said that there's a lot of things that, you know, you're going to go home and review, but getting 700 wins on your birthday, I mean, can you take a moment just to reflect on what it's meant for your career up to this point? And does it mean anything more, you know, happening on your birthday against the rival?
No, that one really didn't. I mean, you know, when you're a coach, you know, most birthdays I'm not around for a long time. But I think one thing that I realized is I started too late, or somebody else won a lot more games because I'm 502 behind Krzyzewski. So one of the two things, you know, I don't think he's worried about me catching him. But I did feel good for, you know, I look back on my career, Jack, you and I used to talk about this, a lot of midnights 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you know, and, you know, what I was going to do in my career, when I was going to quit, if I was going to go to the NBA, if I was doing, and so many coaches have changed, and I've just kind of hung in there, and that's what happens when you hang in there. I mean, 700 wins is pretty impressive even to me, but 700 wins at the same school, that means a lot to me. That's probably what means the most to me. I mean, if you won a few here and a few there and a few here and a few there, and then a lot at one place, but we, the players, the assistant coaches I've had, we've won all of ours right here at Michigan State, and I am really, really honored, proud, and feel good. And like I said, we're not dead yet. We got some more wins. We got some more years to go, and just going to keep fighting the fight. But I think looking back, I don't know if anybody looks back on these jobs until they're done. You know, I can't picture, you know, Nick Saban looking back, or Bill Belichick looking back, or, you know, Mike Krzyzewski or Roy Williams. You know, I mean, you don't look back now. You look back when you're done. And the only problem is it was so fun to be around my guys, you know. I mean, when I said that, I think of Mateen. I think of that recruiting battle. And I think that we all know I wouldn't be here if I didn't win that battle. And then we didn't win what we won. I mean, this day and age, you don't stay in the same place very long unless you win big, and you don't win big without good players and good teams and good leaders and good assistant coaches. And And you know what? People have supported me here. The fans have been unbelievable. The Izzo is unbelievable. You know, when I think of that 150 kids in that first game against Indiana with that 4,000 red sweaters in our home stands, I was so upset that me and Hollis almost went at it in the hallway, and we changed it, changed the culture, changed all the things, and now, you know, I just think that we got some things rolling right now. Our marketing people have done an incredible job. You know, look at our women's program. Look at our hockey program. I mean, I called Robin. I said, she said, you want to come over to my house? I'm having a little party for the Lions. And I was going to go, you know. And I said, no, I better work because you're passing me by and you're too young to pass me by. I got to keep up with you. So I stayed home and worked and watched the Lions. But I appreciate all the people that have helped me have the success, from Luana to Mark to Alan and the people here now. But I'm looking forward. You know, we've got some things going on here with our football coach and our president and all that. And let's go. Let's go. Let's get some stuff done yet.
Looking back at this game, the guards really seemed to attack in the second half, because I'm looking at this, and it's, you guys outscored them 34-6 in the paint, but it seemed like it was off a lot of penetration, and the threes came from kickouts. I guess with the inside presence, how much can the guards provide in that?
Well, you know, our break was pretty good at times. I mean, Trey Holloman made a couple nice plays, Tyson, AJ. But to get your break going, you got to defend it, you got to rebound it, and then you got to run it. And they were shooting 60%, so we weren't defending it. They were out rebounding us, so we weren't rebounding it. And I think that was a difference. Second half, we did a little better job, some of those areas, but I don't know. We're going to be doing some work this week on it. I mean, we got to address it, and it's not like I haven't tried to, but I think I can use some of this film in the second half. There was a little more physicality. There were loose balls, as somebody brought up. I mean, those are the things that Michigan State's always been good at, and if we're not as good, you always got to look at the guy at the top, you know. So the head isn't doing it right, so the body's not doing it right. So the head better get it right, so the body does it right.
All set, guys?
Thanks a lot, guys, for everything and support of the 700.